Hey guys, I just came off of an amazing weekend for my son's wedding. We kept it hush hush, just kind of waiting for everything to come together. It came together so quickly, and it was just the most beautiful and amazing weekend, and just so full of blessings. But anyway, I wanted to come in here. I haven't done a daily video diary for a little bit because I've been, quite honestly, very focused on that and getting everything situated. So I thought today would be a great day to come back. Um, and I don't know if any of you all do this when you study, but if I'm in between certain books I'm studying or different things, sometimes if I just kind of don't feel like, I don't have anything pulling me in one direction or another as far as a certain book I really feel led to start working on, I'll go to the Proverbs. And, if you've never paid attention, there's 31 Proverbs. So there's one chapter for each day of the month. So a lot of times if it's a day like today, I just come home. I got home at like 1:30 in the morning and just woke up this morning and just didn't have my brain really set on what was going to be the next book that I studied, because I had just done Jude and Philemon last week. So I decided to do Proverbs 20 because today's the 20th day of the month. I was just like, okay, let me just open up and go to Proverbs 20. Well, what a perfect one, because Proverbs 20 verse 1, let me pull it out. I'm going to read it to you. Wine produces mockers, alcohol leads to brawls. Those led astray by drink cannot be wise. Well, why is that a big thing? Because 3 years ago, this coming Thursday, God came to me in a dream after I had drank entirely too much wine the night before, my last day of vacation that particular week. And he told me that if he could not trust me with a bottle of wine, or he asked me, he didn't tell me, he said, if I cannot trust you with a bottle of wine, how can I trust you with all I have planned for you? And y'all, it was such a profound moment in my life. I woke up in tears and promised him that I was giving alcohol to him. I never thought of myself as an alcoholic. I never thought I had a major problem. Well, I say that, but in hindsight, I know that there were many times that I had thought, gee, I should probably stop doing this, and then felt like I couldn't, which is a problem. I never drank every day. It wasn't anything like that, but my problem was I didn't have a turn-off switch. So when I did start, there was no end until I pretty much passed out. So anyway, I knew that night when he came to me that it was something that I had to give up. And the amazing thing is, when he convicted me of this, it was the easiest thing I've ever done. There were times over the previous, 7, 8 years that I would literally find myself in tears because I knew that I needed to not drink for a certain period, like when I was working on something for my health. And I was trying to finagle these things around special events because I couldn't imagine not drinking at these events. And so that's a problem when you really feel that way, that you can't enjoy certain events without alcohol. So when I was wrapping up vacation and had way too much, and he came to me in a dream that way, I knew that it was time for me to give that over to him. It was no longer serving me. Not that it ever did, but in my mind, I thought I could handle it, and I couldn't. So anyway, I just had to share, because that's part of my testimony. My testimony has so many layers. But that was a big piece 3 years ago. I was already, actively pursuing him. I was already a Christian. I was already madly in love with him. But that was one area that I needed him to convict me on, and an area that I needed sanctification. And that's what sanctification is, y'all, right? It's growth. You don't just wake up the day that you give your life to Christ and get it all right. You don't. You have to allow him, through his word, to teach you how he wants to change your life so that you can be an able vessel for him. A lot of what I teach in holistic health is exactly that. If we're doing things that are making us not able to be vessels for him to be able to use, that's a problem. For me, at that stage of my life and in my walk with him 3 years ago, it was alcohol. For other people, it might be gluttony. It might be processed foods. It might be things that are causing you brain fog and fatigue and things that are just not making you an able vessel. So ask yourself, ask God to show you, where are you needing to have things trimmed from your life that maybe are affecting your ability to carry out the tasks that he calls you to. For me, it was alcohol. And just another layer of that testimony, and something that I love to share. That very week, I gave that up on the 23rd, which was a Sunday morning of October 3 years ago. That Thursday was the day that I ended up making a connection with Donna Parteau, who helped me write my book, who also happened to be the author of the book that brought me back to Christ back in 2019. So it's just incredible when you see how he works. That's something that I could have never authored myself. I mean, it was just so amazing how he put me in touch with the woman who wrote the book, who brought me back to him to help me write my book. And now we're going to hopefully be working together again for my next book. And these are the things that he meant. This was one of the things he meant when he said, how can I, if I can't trust you with a bottle of wine, how can I trust you with all I have planned for you? I gave it to him on that Sunday, and that Thursday, he gave me that connection to her so that we could partner together to write my first book. There's no explanation but God, y'all. Anybody who still doesn't believe, I challenge you just to imagine how in the world things like that can happen without divine intervention. It's miraculous. It's nothing short of miraculous. But anyway, that's my word today. If you don't stay in the word, you're never going to grow in a way that he can help you through the sanctification process. You've got to stay in the word. Fall in love with scripture. Fall in love with learning more about what he has for you. If you think you know the word just because you show up on Sunday mornings or you watch an occasional Christian podcast or you hear some scriptures quoted in song lyrics, of some Christian contemporary music, there's so much more. And it's called the living word because he speaks to you through the living word. Don't miss out on all he has for you. I would love to hear your stories of sanctification. I'm just sharing one little piece of something that happened to me 3 years ago. I could go on for hours. But share with me what he has done for you as well. I would love to hear it. And if you don't know where to start, reach out to me. I would love to help you. There's nothing that I want more. As much as I share about physical healing and about, holistic healing on your physical body, there's nothing more than I would love to share Jesus with you and watch you grow in him, because that ultimately is all that matters. Love you guys.